I'd like to call to order the Charter Township of Clinton Zoning Board of Appeals for Wednesday, August 19th, 2026 at 6:30. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It doesn't move in. We have to get used to these new table and chairs. Anyway, roll call, Mr. King.
Mr. Shackelford.
Here.
Mr. Randlett. Not present. Is it excused?
Excused.
All right. Mr. Alexander.
Here.
Mr. D. Bartolomeo.
Here.
Mr. Ireland.
Here.
Mr. Nault.
Here.
I myself, Shannon, I am here. Mr. Pearl.
Here. Thank you. Entertain a motion to approve the agenda. Even though I understand that the petitioner's not here for number one, I'd still like to see if anybody's here on that item. So I'll request a motion to approve the agenda as noted.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, before we start, a little housekeeping. I'm required to read this, so bear with me. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to this setup here. Anyway, the Board of Appeals functions as a quasi-judicial body with specific powers and limitations as outlined in the various sections of the zoning ordinance and statutes. Zoning ordinance sets the standards the boards must use in reaching any decision. Once the decision of the board becomes final, only the courts can modify or reverse that decision. The board is not empowered to change the terms or intent of an ordinance. Therefore, you must petition the Township Board of Appeals, the Township Board of Trustees, if you wish to amend an ordinance. Before a variance can be granted, certain requirements must be satisfied. Practical difficulty must be demonstrated. Whether strict compliance with area, setbacks, frontage, height, bulk, or density would unreasonably prevent the owner from using the property for a permitted purpose, or would render conformity unnecessarily burdensome. Whether a variance would do substantial justice to the petitioner as well as to other property owners in the district, or whether a lesser relaxation would give substantial relief and be more consistent with justice to others. Whether the plight of the owner is due to unique circumstances of the property, whether the problem is self-created, that the spirit of the ordinance observed, public safety secured, and justice done. Thank you. The first item, the petitioners indicated they're not here. You want to, Mr. Secretary, do you want to explain what that item is?
Sure. It's a request for variance to construct an accessory structure at 1,500 square feet.
No.
Address is...
No.
Whoop, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies, guys. I read the wrong one. Sorry. It's a request for variance to construct an accessory structure at 970 total square feet, and the address is 36657 Kepper Drive.
Thank you. Is there even, we're going to ask for a motion, I'm going to ask for a motion to table. Is there anybody here, though, that came for that item? No? Not exciting? Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to table.
I'll make a
next
motion to
meeting.
table to the next meeting.
I'll support.
All those in favor, please signify by
Aye.
saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we're item number 2.
All right, so this was, I believe, the actual item I was supposed to read. Previously, it's file 26A7137. File name or address name is 17125 Penrod Drive. Petitioner is Tyler Burge. And we have a request for variance to construct an accessory structure at 1,500 square feet. We have 20 pieces of mail mailed out with 0 returned.
Thank you. Is the petitioner here on this item?
Yes.
Could you step forward and give us your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Tyler Burge. I live at 17125 Penrod.
Okay, you want to state your
Chair?
case?
I'm sorry, sir. Could you just speak a little bit closer? It's a little hard to hear you.
My name's Tyler Burge. I live at 17125 Penrod, Clinton Township.
Okay. You want to state your case? The request for an appeal?
I'm just looking to build a garage for storage. I have a couple classic cars and stuff. We got big lots there. There's a lot of garages around. RV.
So what are you going to use it for?
Storage, RV, classic cars.
You've got a little over half an acre.
Yeah. Almost an acre.
And what do you have there now?
I have a small garage there that was previous when I bought the house.
Okay, and then do you know the size of that?
It's 560 square feet.
Okay. Anything else you want to add to it, your request?
No, I grew up in the neighborhood. I've been there all my life. I actually lived down the street and sold that house and bought this one. The other house had a full basement, bigger garage and stuff. My wife had 3 knee surgeries. This one's on a slab, so having the kids going up and down, I figured one day I could add on and do a bigger garage, store the stuff. I've been storing it elsewhere. My father passed away, so we're selling his place, and I have to put my stuff somewhere, so.
Okay, so your request is for 1,098 additional square footage for the structure and the height from 14 foot to 16.6?
Yes.
Okay. Was it prefabricated? Or are you building it
So
stick?
it'll be built.
And the height, the reason for the height?
For an RV.
Okay. Let me ask the audience first. Thank you. If that completes your request? Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to this address? Please.
I'm in.
Well, come on up.
Oh, I don't want to go up there. I have to go up there?
Yeah, you have to be on the record.
I'm in the home that's been in my family for 56
And your address?
years, 36670 Moravian.
And the name is?
I'm kitty corner from him.
Okay. And your first name, your name is?
Chris
Chris?
Kirsch.
Okay, thank you. So what would you like to say? Anything? Are you for it or against it? Are you-
I'm for it. Most of us have additional structures. I don't know if we're grandfathered in, but there's been others built.
Don't ask, okay.
No, there's been legal. There's been others built in our neighborhood.
Okay.
In recent years, because it's unfair. I've been there for more than half a century, so.
Okay.
They made your microphone shorter than everybody else's. That's not fair.
Oh, it
You can
moves.
see from over
That
there.
was intentional.
That's mean. He seems like a nice guy. Can I go?
Yes, thank you. He's the one that had something to do with this. I keep moving it. It's locked in. They glued it, so I didn't take it, I guess. Now, anyone else in the audience that wants to speak on this issue? No? Okay. You're all holding it for another one, I guess. Does the board have any questions? Go ahead.
I just want to confirm that nothing commercial is going to happen there. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions from the board? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the structure at 1,500 square feet.
Tick, 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 tick. Okay. Okay, and what about the
Height.
second variance? Height variance?
Sorry, I don't have that here on my sheet. Give me 1 second. What is that? Yep.
It's 2.5 feet, I believe. Variance. Correct?
Similar properties in current neighborhood or others have received similar variances with no adverse impact upon surrounding properties. So, I don't have the exact address here. Give me 1 moment. I see an address there.
So it's both variances that you're
Both
making a
variances
motion
are
for?
approved. That's correct. And 17125 Penrod.
Support.
Motion was made in support to approve the two variants requested. Discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Who supported?
I support it.
You made the motion.
Mr. King.
I made the motion.
Okay.
Okay, motion carries. You're all set?
Thank you.
Next item. Everyone's waiting for this. Request for a variance to construct an accessory structure at 1,500 square feet with a height of 14 foot 6 inches. Mr. King?
Yes, we have file 26A7138. File name or address is 16515 Cederama Drive, and we have Tim Harbin is the petitioner, and we have a request for variance to construct an accessory building at 1,500 square feet with a height of 14 feet 6 inches.
Okay.
We have 40 pieces of mail mailed out with 0 returned.
Thank you. Is the petitioner here? Come on up. If you could give us your name and address for the record, I appreciate it.
Yeah, my name's Tim Harbin, 16515 Cederama Drive. Same thing for him. I'm coming from 32 acres to a third of an acre, and I've got a lot of stuff. 4 or 5 cars, jet skis, snowmobiles, lawnmowers, car hauler. It's just for storage. That's all it is. No commercial or anything else, just a store.
Let's see. That's going to pretty much fill up your lot, isn't it?
No, there's still room.
You have .305 acres, correct? Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
Okay, thank you. We received quite a few emails, but I'm sure there's people here that would like to address us. So I'll start on this side. Anyone on this side that wants to address? Come on up. Could you please give us your name and phone number and
Yeah, Richard Coleth, 53170
Address.
Bruce Hill in Shelby Township. I'm here representing my mother, 97-year-old Maria Coleth. She lives at 16531 Cederama Drive. She's lived there since 1974, 52 years. And I'm on the title of the home, so I'm representing myself as the owner as well.
Okay.
And we're directly east of 16515, and we share a long property line there.
did you take these pictures that you gave us?
Yes, thank you. If you want to take a look at the first picture, it's of the backyard of 16515. It's the backyard as it looked 2 weeks ago. It looks drastically different now. They've been doing a lot of construction there in the last day or two. It's an average backyard, not much to it. If you look at picture number 2, that's the picture from our backyard. As we're sitting underneath our apple trees, enjoying the backyard, that's the view we see of the neighbor, 16515. This is the view that's going to be completely altered with this huge pole barn. We have an issue with that. And I want to show you picture number 3 of what a 1,500 square foot pole barn looks like, 30 by 50. That's what's being requested here. Now, in the recent weeks, Mr. Harbin has changed the size of the building. It's 24 feet by 60 feet. It's 1,440 square feet right now. It's gonna, this pole barn is gonna extend the complete length of the property line, 6 feet from our property line, and 12 to 14 feet high. So we know that this will have an aesthetic, unappealing view for the neighbors. We've got at least 7 neighbors, most of which are behind me, that will see this giant pole barn from their backyard. As they're working, playing, and resting in their backyards, they'll see this giant structure. It's completely uncharacteristic of our neighborhood. As you said, Mr. Pearl, it's 1/3 of an acre. It will take up half the backyard. Currently, they're working on putting in a pool. They started that pool process digging today at that 16515. So between the pole barn and the pool, yeah, but we're concerned about the pole barn. It's just huge in every respect. According to Mr. Harbin, he says that he has stuff. 5 cars, 2 snowmobiles, 2 jet skis, a car hauler, and a snowmobile trailer that he wants to put in this barn. What we're concerned about is all the activity that'll take place in that barn. 9 pieces of equipment, engines, we're concerned about noise. It's 6 feet from the property line. We're concerned about the noise. We're concerned about the fumes. That's a lot of vehicles in that small space of property. It's a big barn on a small piece of property, 6 feet from the property line. So we're concerned about noise, fumes, and some chemical issues. Lubricants, antifreeze, solvents, things like that might affect the property line. The main reason, if you look at picture number 4 that I'm here, it may not have anything to do with this, but we know that this is the property as it sits right now between our 2 houses. Next to our house, you'll see 6 foot of grass that runs the length of our house, 16531. Mr. Harbin has 14 feet of property between his sidewalk and the property line. He's certainly going to want to put some type of driveway in once this thing is constructed, right? He deserves a driveway to get to this. Well, what we're concerned about with that driveway, where's the water going to go? That may be a separate issue that we may have to address later on, but a driveway will certainly shed water towards our small 6 foot piece of property. Even if that's not part of the problem here, this driveway, let's talk about a 60-foot barn, half of which the roof will be shedding angled towards our backyard, once again, 6 feet from the property line. And we're concerned about all that water runoff that will be directed towards my mother's backyard. At 97, who's been there 52 years, she really doesn't need this type of aggravation in her life. So we ask the board's indulgence to please vote this down. It's a big structure in a very small area. 32 acres in Lapeer would have been fine for a structure like this, but to come to the city and have 7 neighbors affected by this large structure, we obviously feel that it's going to affect the property values. That's all I have. We ask that you vote this down. On behalf of all the neighbors that are sitting behind me, thank you. If there are any other questions, I'm willing to take questions.
No, we're basically here at this point to hear you.
I appreciate it, Mr. Pearl. Thank you.
We have a lot of other people that want to speak.
Maybe so. I appreciate
The
it.
board can get into it after we hear from all
Okay.
the residents.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else on my left?
Hi, my name is Therese Gear. I live down the street from where the house is being built. I'm neighbors with Maria. I've known Maria for a long time, and I can totally empathize with that wall that is going to go up on her property line. We do have a neighborhood that does not have structures like that in there. We listened to the gentleman from Penrod. I know that neighborhood. Those properties are big. You can get a pretty decent-sized pole barn on those properties. Even at the square footage that he's saying, he doesn't even have enough space to store his 5 cars, his 2 haulers, his snowmobilers, and I feel like there was something else as well, jet skis. He doesn't even have space. And so how much traffic is going to be coming in and out of his property and up and down our street? So we are concerned about it going in. We are not directly impacted by it, but we do feel like it's going to affect the neighborhood, the look of the neighborhood, the quality of just life in the neighborhood. And, I'm sorry? The sound in our neighborhood. This is my husband, Robert Gear. Then the sound of the neighborhood with the amount of noise. And so I would certainly agree with Maria's son that we would ask you to reject this variance. Thank you.
Could we have your address for the record?
Yeah, it's 16452 Cederama.
Thank you. Anybody else on the same side? No? Okay. Anyone on the other side? Come on up.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Robin Thompson, and I'm a neighbor of Miss Maria's and have been for over 30 years.
And your address?
My address is 16572 Grillo Drive. Okay. And like my neighbors have said, I'm very opposed to the structure for the same reason that they're mentioning. It's a nice neighborhood. People take care of their property. And for, the comment that, it's not going to be used for commercial use, I doubt that. If you have a car hauler, you're going to be hauling something. Just saying. But all of the structure itself is huge. And if you need that kind of structure, I think there are other opportunities, perhaps somewhere else, not in our subdivision. We work hard. We have a lot of original homeowners. And to me, it would be an eyesore. And my backyard kitty corner is Miss Maria's. I frankly don't, and we don't have fences between us, and that's the way we like it. I personally am not interested in sitting out in my backyard looking at a pole barn. If you would need a pole barn, go up north or somewhere else that's suited for that type of facility. But I'm very opposed to it and very upset, frankly, that it's even a topic of discussion. But I know people have a right to be heard. So that's pretty much all I have to say.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else on that side?
I live in a neighborhood right next to the property.
And your name and address?
My name is Larry Yankee, 16497 Cederama Drive.
Okay.
And we have been in this neighborhood for almost 30 years. And I prepared a little statement, and I submitted a detailed written statement through planning department, and I understand it's a part of your packet. Mm-hmm. And so I don't want to repeat everything that's there, but I just would like to emphasize one point that I believe is very important. The variance application specifically asks whether requested variance is based on circumstances and conditions unique to this property, and the applicant answered no. I believe there's a reason the township establishes zoning limits for accessory structure. Those limits provide consistency and help maintain the character and order of residential neighborhoods. When someone is asking for a substantial exception to these limits, I believe there should be a special circumstances involving the property that justifies the expansion. exception, I'm sorry. In this case, the applicant's own application indicates that there is no circumstances unique to this property. He stated, his state's reason is essentially that he has a considerable amount of personal property that he wants to store. He also answered yes when asked whether granting the variance would alter essential character of immediate area, given the substantial size of the proposed structure, which will occupy the large portion of the rear yard. We believe that impact would be significant to the surrounding homes and to their residents who enjoy using and relaxing their backyards, and could potentially affect desirability and values of neighboring properties. For these reasons and for additional reasons outlined in our written statement, we respectfully ask the board to deny a requested variance. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
I'm Christine Nang, Hilaire's wife. We on the west side, directly next to 14515.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else?
Good evening. My name is Jim Starsky, and I live at 16465 Cederama. And I'm about 3 houses down from this gentleman that's want to put this pole barn up. My house is 1,850 square foot, and he wants to put a 1,400 square foot pole barn in the backyard. I think that is out of sight. I've been in that subdivision since it's been established, and I moved in 1974. And we never had anything like this, and I abided by the ordinances in this township for 52 years. And I have a shed 8 by 10, and I had to have a 4-foot rat wall. Everything was okayed by the township, never had problems. And our subdivision has been really a great subdivision. All the neighbors do get along. They say hi, they're friendly, and we look out for one another. But to establish something like this, it's just going to be a big eyesore and a problem. The previous owner used to park a semi-truck, tractor trailer, back it up in the driveway. Until he just moved out, he had it for a whole year. And I sent a thing into the city, why is this guy getting away with this? And he'd come on weekends and park it and butt it right up against the garage door, and it would extend about 3 inches over the sidewalk. And he did that for a whole year. Now he moved out and sold it to this other gentleman. And we put up with that too. I mean, it's just a nice subdivision, and I've been there since day one. So I just shown my appreciation toward this council and that, and I hope it denies it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anybody else? Come on up.
I'm Jim Weaver. I live at 16500 Cederama, right across the street from this house. And I agree with everybody that said what they did up here about the property values and structure back there. And it's got me worried that he's building something that big. He's going to bring in commercial vehicles in and out of there. You know, we put up with it for over a year already with this guy with the semi. He never cut the grass. There was always garbage laying around there. This is a very clean neighborhood. It's cozy. It's quiet. We don't need something like this in our neighborhood. You know, I've been there 11 years, and it's been a great neighborhood, and I'd like to keep it like that. And I think this would be nothing but big trouble. And like the other guy said about water run off the building, I'm a general contractor. I agree with that 100% because that water's got to go somewhere, and it's going to wash off on the neighbor's property, not his property, because they're going to build it right on the fence line. That's all I got to say. I just hope you guys deny it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Anybody else from that side? I'll get back to you as soon as is there anyone else that wants to speak that hasn't? Come on up.
Robert Gear, 16452 Cederama Drive. The thing that I don't, haven't heard too much about is the noise that's, I think will come from this. Because if he's storing all that stuff, he's got to either pay for it to be repaired when it breaks down, or he's going to have to work on it himself. And I think that's what's going to happen, is it's eventually going to become a mechanic's garage for him and for anybody that he's got coming over to do work on. Now, I can't prove anything like that will be happening, but that's probably what will happen, because people do that. They'll pass the laws and regulations in regards to that by sneaking people in and having them work on inside this huge pole barn. And that means all the pneumatic noise, the compressors and pneumatic tools going on and revving up motors. And I know if you've ever heard a snowmobile getting revved up or ski-doo get revved up, it's pretty loud. It's bad. And so is the pneumatic noise. And noise travels. And we've got municipalities going around and banning gas blowers because of the noise level. I mean, that's nothing compared to all this stuff that could go on in a pole barn that's big enough to be a garage, a mechanic's garage. Because to me, that's eventually what it's going to be. That's the whole purpose of it. The storage, if he wants to store it, he can store it somewhere else. If it's going to be on the property, he's going to be working on it. I can't prove that, and he's not said so. But that's my feeling of what's going to happen. And that's what really, it's the aesthetics of it and the noise level that can occur in the future for this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else well, you've already talked. I mean, it's real quick. Something new?
I did want to say something else. Robin Thompson, 16572 Grillo. I agree with everything my neighbors are saying, but there's one thing that I haven't heard said, is that we have had a nice group of young families move into our sub, and when houses go up for sale in our sub, they don't stay on the market long, pretty much 5 to 10 days. And so my concern is for all of my neighbors in terms of resale value, because if I'm moving into a subdivision, I'm not wanting to see a pole barn where I live. And so that's a concern for me. I'm not in the market to sell my home, but I certainly think that for those who are, it will be a negative impact. And so that was one thing I just wanted to add. And I hope and I appreciate your time and allowing us to speak, but we all are very, very opposed to it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The petitioner wants to, you have something to add? Please, yeah, I have to, bye.
Once again, I can't fix what the people used to live there about the semi and all that. And everybody's assuming what could happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not a mechanic. If I need to get it fixed, I'll take it somewhere. If you want me to write down on that, write a piece of paper promising that, I have no problem. It's just for storage. There's no mechanics coming over to fix it or anything. I'm not a mechanic. I'll take it somewhere to get it fixed. It's just to store stuff. That's all it is. I mean, I'm not trying to...
Okay.
Well, you guys can think what you want, but I'm not storing it. I'll sign a petition or anything to say that I'm not going to get it fixed. It's just to store my stuff, you know? Okay. And if not, what's the size I can build, you know?
650 square feet.
No, my house is 1,920
Okay,
square feet.
whoa. Let's not go back and forth here, okay? Stay there, though.
Okay.
If everybody's set, what they wanted to say, the board, I'll move it to the board now. Does the board have any questions of the petitioner?
What's the minimum that you think you can go?
Well, they said my house is 1,920.
Wait, hold on. I mean, I know that you changed your dimensions around a little bit. You got all those vehicles, different recreation, I understand. So what do you think the minimum is that you can go?
Well, according to what I heard, half the size of my house, which is 1,920 square feet. I'm tearing that other shed down, getting rid of it, and then I'm gonna add that pole barn. So I think I can go, what, at least almost 1,000?
So if you went to 1,000, could you get everything in there?
I have no idea. Like I said, if not, what do I do, pour a slab and tarp everything up?
I'm just asking.
I don't know until I start moving stuff in.
So you've gone from the 16 and a half height down to 12 feet.
Well, it might be even lower, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had to find out what size
But
pole
you
should I
added
do.
10 lengthwise.
What's that?
You added-
Yeah, because I wanted to narrow it more.
Sure. You brought it in from 30 to 24. And there's no driveway. I mean, I know this isn't that issue here, but there is no driveway, correct?
No, it's all
Okay,
grass on the
yeah,
side.
Yeah, and that's not an issue here. I'm just asking, get my bearings straight.
And they say it's a friendly neighborhood. Nobody has came over and introduced themselves to me, so I don't believe that.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay, I'm sorry. Wait, well.
I got keys last Monday.
Wait, excuse me.
Please give the board a chance to ask questions. Thank you.
What if you were to turn it around so your doors are facing the house? You have it going vertical right now. What if you were to go horizontal with it?
Well, that's why.
I'm just asking.
That's why I shortened it, because I
Yeah.
got a pool being installed right now.
Yeah.
So if I was to do that, I'd be right into the pool.
So the pool's being installed like next to where you're proposed?
Same way as the pool.
Next to where the
shed,
proposed pole barn's going?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a built-in pool you're putting in?
No, it's above ground, but I
ground?
recessed it in.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Any other questions of the petitioner? I personally am not going to support it, so I think it's overkill in the neighborhood for that size lot. The one we approved earlier that was proposed was almost a full acre.
But I thought the acreage, sorry.
So what does the board want to do?
I make a motion to deny the variance due to no unique circumstances exist. Substantially all surrounding properties have the same limitations.
I'll support that.
Yeah.
Motion has been made to deny the requested variance. Is there any discussion on the motion?
Can I ask one more question? Is it all or nothing for you?
What do you mean for all?
Well, it's either what you're proposing or nothing.
Well, no, I'm putting a shed up. Just what can I go?
But that's my question. You want it all, or you don't want nothing? I mean, any type of a smaller type shed or?
Well,
anything?
whatever you guys will allow me to put in there.
Yeah.
There is gonna be a shed in there. Whatever you guys will allow me.
Right.
That's
I mean,
up
I
to,
don't-
that's
I don't
up
want
to
it
the
to be-
building.
No, I
department.
understand. I'm
Not
just,
up-
I'm
not-
just flushing it out. That's all I'm doing.
I mean, I don't want to pour concrete back behind my shed and tarp everything. Is that gonna be an eyesore more? Well, that's why I'm trying to cover it.
There's, excuse me,
I'm not trying.
sir?
Yes.
Okay, we're discussing it
Okay.
right now, okay? Basically, if this motion carries and it's denied, then you can go to the building department and find out what you can legally do under the ordinances, or the planning department, and they'll let you know what you can build.
Well, they said around 900 square feet or something like that.
Okay. Any other discussion on the motion to deny? Roll call vote. Mr. Secretary?
All right. Mr. Alexander,
Vote yes.
Mr. Pearl,
Yes.
Mr. Shackelford,
Yes.
Mr. DiBartolomeo.
Yes.
Mr. Ireland.
Yes.
Mr. Nault.
Yes.
I myself, I vote yes. The motion to deny passes.
Thank you. Okay. Next item is public comments. Anyone have a public comment related to zoning? You have 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to ask a question. But we need your name and
Sandra
address.
Pringle, I'm at 40211 Rotunda Drive. I'm 2 houses down from the gentleman. And I'm questioning the ordinance that says the accessory structure can be 650 square feet. Now, can he petition to get that size of a structure on his property?
Well, that's something that you can check with Mr. Thompson tomorrow and go over
Okay,
with him.
so I couldn't
Call
hear
our
you. Go
planning
back.
director.
What can he do now at this point?
That's something you should check with. That doesn't have anything to do with us. You know, it's whatever the building and planning ordinances say. And that's, you know, if you have a question, call Mr. Thompson tomorrow. He'll let you know what the gentleman's allowed, but he has to, I don't know if the pool's going to affect it, and I don't know, and the shed would affect it if it's still there. That would reduce what he can build. But I don't want to give you incorrect information.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, but check with them. Any other public comments?
Pete Coleth, I'm at 12755 Daily Drive in Sterling Heights. Maria Coleth is my grandmother, and I just want to say thank you for with what was decided today. I think it actually avoided setting a very bad precedent in that neighborhood for anything in the future and other neighborhoods like that in Clinton Township. So, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? All right, then, report of the meeting. Needed an approval for the July 15th, 2026 meeting minutes.
I make a motion to receive and accept as presented.
Is there support?
Support.
No changes to the minutes? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Abstain.
Okay, I wasn't here. Abstain. Motion carries. Discussion on the next meeting agenda.
So we will have, obviously, the first item from this evening on for the September 16th meeting. We also have another request for an addition to an existing accessory structure on North Avenue. So we'll have basically two accessory structures.
Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.
Ken?
Good evening.
Ken, before everybody leaves, I just want to let you know, we received notice of filing in circuit court of an appeal on your decision at the last meeting on ITC.
What a surprise.
Oh, wow.
So-
Shock.